Liverpool versus everybody. Pleasure to have back ANFIELDROAR. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not bad, man. How you doing?
Not bad, not bad. Obviously the big game coming up. It's pretty exciting. It seems like it will end up being, or feeling not as long as I thought it would be, just because of the excitement, the build up to the game. A few things I want to talk about before you probably will know a bit more, being closer, obviously, than I am. What are you hearing about these ticket situations? I've been hearing about people having to give tickets back, even
Mm.
logistics and how difficult it's been for fans of both sides to get to Kiev,
Yeah,
whether it be too expensive to stay there overnight, whether it be flights or whatever. What are you hearing where you
I
are?
mean, the hotel in Kiev, right? I mean, there's been prices of around £8,000 for one night. eight thousand
Hmm.
pounds for one night in Kiev. And what I've heard is some Ukrainian fans in Liverpool, Ukrainian Liverpool fans in Ukraine, they've been offering fans from Liverpool to come to their house or hotel wherever they live
Mm.
for
Okay.
around £11 a night. The tickets, there was a ballot, so it's like a ballot. So if you get you can apply for a ticket um for the Champions League final, and Liverpool will email you back to say if you are successful or not. And people that have gone for years, they haven't missed the European final. Some of them got rejected. And all these tickets now, they're selling tickets and selling them. People that have got a ticket, some of them are you know they've obviously bought it for cheaper and they're selling it for more, and it's just a mess at the moment with the tickets. Same thing for Real Madrid as well. I didn't read the article, but I heard something about their 2,000 tickets being returned or something like that. And the stadium in Kiev is I think it's around 60,000, something like that. And
Hmm.
half of the attendance, half of the seats are going to people from UEFA and all these executives and all these stuff. And half of the fans are getting tickets. Liverpool, Real Madrid. That stadium should be jam fat packed full of Real Madrid and Liverpool fans, not executives of UEFA and all these FIFA presidents, all that stuff. And it's just the modern game right now. It's a mess right now. It's an absolute mess.
Yeah, it's a madness, man. I can't even believe that. I can believe it, but like you said, it's a mess, and it's really a shame that this is the case right now. That people are having this much trouble going to support a team that they love. But hopefully that will somehow
Be resolved.
kind of, yeah, be resolved. But also the people who are able to come, um, that maybe that'll kind of inspire a bit more. I don't know, support from
Mm.
them, or the players might feel something. I don't know. Hopefully it'll turn out to be a positive. Been reading some about Henderson lately, and kind of his I don't know why they called it a secret, but his secrets of what Liverpool has done, and why they've been so great to get to the final. And I think it's pretty obvious, most people who watch Liverpool, it's because of the strong knit in the team. And just speak to me a little bit about how you feel about how this team under Klopp has just had a very, very strong sense of togetherness, very strong sense of kind of brotherhood that they've shown this whole season.
Mm. I mean, before I even talk about the teamwork and then the hard work, I was watching Klopp's press conference today. Klopp's first press conference as a Liverpool manager, and he was talking about how we need time, and how we need to be together. And from minute one, our fans and the players, every single player that's played for this club, I say every single player, most of the players that have played for this club and wanted to do well, they've been together. Hard work, determination for the fans, everything from minute one. They've trusted Klopp, they've worked on the club, even the fans as well. We've been through some tough times, even under Klopp. I mean, this season, Tottenham 4-1 away. There was a lot of fans saying, "Oh, Klopp can't fix the defense. Van Dijk won't fix the defense single-handedly." I mean, there's just a trust in Klopp. There's a trust. Even the players have a trust in Klopp as well, because when you have a manager and you're playing for him, that installs belief in the team. That installs, um, as I said, belief, determination, desire to play for the manager, to play for the badge, to win the best competitions, to compete in them, to play for the club. And that's what happens when you have such a successful manager in Klopp. What he's done at Dortmund, what he's doing now at Liverpool. I mean, from minute one, I've never, ever, ever doubted Klopp. I knew he's going to do this. I knew he's going to take us to the big stage, to the Champions League final. I'm pretty sure he will make us challenge for the Premier League again. Hopefully next year with a few more signings. I mean, we sold one of our best players in Coutinho, and we replaced him. And we haven't replaced him since then. and we've still got to the Champions League final. I mean, what does that tell you about the players? How they just got on with it straight away. Klopp didn't really care at all. Didn't care what the fans were saying about how we need a replacement. Just got on with it. Trained with players. Trained the players. He's installed his mentality in the team, and that's what I'm saying. When you have a manager like Klopp, all the players are together, all the fans are together, and that's the great thing. That's why we got to the Champions League final. We haven't spent a lot of money like Manchester United, Man City, but we have the fans. We've got the history of the club. We've got the players. Given 100%, and that's how we got to the final, and that's how I believe that we are going to win this Champions League final.
It was lovely put. I like what you said, and I agree 100%. Do you think at this point now? I'm not sure how you felt when we did allow Coutinho to leave to go to Barcelona. I'm not sure how you felt at that time, but do you think now, where we are now towards the end of the season, playing the final, do you think it was the right decision, or are you one who feels that we still need a Coutinho replacement?
I mean, well, at the time, I was obviously disappointed losing one of our best players. I mean, we had the so-called Fab Four at the time, and they were on fire together, scoring so many goals, and I felt that we needed a replacement because I feared not just because if I knew Mane, Salah, Firmino were going to be fit for the whole season like they have been, I would have been fine with that. But I didn't know, I felt that if one of those players got injured, who were we going to put instead of them? That's the fear I always had. But again, since then, I trusted Klopp. I trusted him. I knew what he's going to do. If Brendan Rodgers had made a decision or any of our previous managers, I wouldn't have had that belief in them. But because I have that trust that Klopp has installed in us fans, I know that he's made the right decision. And it's turned out to work. For the summer, I'm hearing Fekir. There was a few rumours, and then it's kind of come down and it's risen up again because I think what Liverpool is trying to do now. We're trying to learn from what we did last summer with Van Dijk. We're not leaking any news to our reporters like James Pearce or Paul Joyce and all these reporters. We're not leaking anything to them. Until after the Champions League final. I think that's when we'll start, seeing some big news on transfers. I think we're trying to get this Champions League final out of the way. We're going to try to do our best, try to win it. We don't need to we don't need to disturb the harmony of the squad with transfers coming in and out. Let's just focus on the Champions League final, and I think we could see Fekir come in. And I do think that he will be signed up for Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree. We had some questions in here just saying, do you think it's best that we try to sign players right now after the final? I think you answered that, and I agree. Right now, although I would go ahead.
Yeah, no. Just quickly, I want to sign. I don't want to sign any players now. I think some of the deals have been done; they're in place, but I think they're gonna be confirmed after the final. But I want to see players, signed before the World Cup. I want to see our business done before the World Cup starts because I don't want, how World Cup players from the World Cup are. You've seen some of them perform. Musa Sissoko, João Mario. James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez, he's still a good player, but
he's the biggest example. He's the biggest example.
He hasn't lived up to his expectations, what we thought he would. João Mario at Sporting Lisbon, he played a fantastic tournament at Portugal. Who else? Who did I just say? I think João Mario, James Rodriguez. I think Musa Sissoko. Sissoko. That was, he played an absolutely fantastic game against Portugal. But I never look at buying players from the Euros or World Cup because it's just a one-off tournament and anything happen. And we've seen now that, their price is going to rise as well. So it's good to just get the players before the World Cup and you can put your feet up and relax. And obviously the transfer window is going to shut down before the season starts. So we haven't got as much time. So that's why I think Klopp has been working behind the scenes to make these deals happen.
It looks like a lot of people in the comment section are saying same thing about Fekir. I think it'll happen. I'm pretty optimistic on that as well. It definitely looks like it's going to be happening. I think they have their last game today against Nice, I think.
Yeah, I think he's at home.
And I think even their either director, manager, whoever has been saying that
it could be his last game.
It's definitely yeah. So that looks pretty good. I try not to get too happy about these kind of rumors, but that is one of the ones that seem like they will stick. And like you said, to piggyback on what you said earlier, I think Klopp is definitely. Well, I should say the club has definitely learned their lesson about the Van Dijk situation and definitely don't want to, although I don't think that was as big as a deal as people hyped it up to be, but definitely want to be talking too much about players and if they're coming, if they're not. So we know he's going to keep that close to his chest. But yeah, if it's something that's going to happen, I would assume that James Pearce would be the person that you look for getting that. Am I right on that? Is that pretty
Yeah,
accurate?
he's the one that's very accurate. If you hear some news from him, I mean, it's most likely confirmed. I mean, he said that he hasn't seen a lot of news on. Well, first when the rumors first started to appear, I think it was after the Chelsea game. He said that he hasn't really heard anything, and he didn't kind of deny it as though he didn't deny it as well. So I think he does know something, but he's not. I think he's been told by the club or around the club, people that work for the club don't say anything. I mean, Dembele, I've heard that from Guillaume Balaguer. He said that he could be available on loan if Griezmann signs for Barcelona, and I think if we could get Dembele on loan, because I think Barcelona still owe us money from Coutinho. So I think if we get Dembele alone, they'll probably ask for less. We'll ask for less money, and I think that could be a very good deal. Getting Dembele on a 1 or 2 year loan with an option to buy, I think that'll be a fantastic deal for us.
Yeah, I was talking to Dominic about that, but I think we'll still be somewhat losing some money from the Coutinho, or not the full amount, which I guess is part of the deal, and that's what I guess they're trying to decide now is how much they give us, how much they've given us already. And then is Dembele? Will Dembele be
Part of the
a
deal.
player? Yeah. So I mean, how do you? Are you feeling pretty excited about that information? I mean, if we get Dembele, is that something that
I'll be very,
you'd be
very
excited
excited.
about?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I remember watching him. Was he before he started for Dortmund? Was it Rennes he used to play for? I'm not too sure. I think it was
That's it.
Yeah.
No, it was
I
Rennes.
mean,
It was Rennes.
and I used to watch him. I used to play. He used to watch left-footed, right-footed. His right foot. He's originally left-footed, but his right foot is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. He can shoot left foot, right foot. His dribbling, his pace as well. I think we could, with Dembele coming in next year, I think we could. We have so many options then, and we can definitely challenge for the league then. Because if we have Mane injured or whatever, if we get Fekir and Dembele in, then obviously Mane is a fantastic player. But then we can see Dembele come in, Fekir come in. That's why City have won this league, because of the squad depth they have. Aguero comes out, they got Jesus coming in, a fantastic player. Sane comes out, they have Bernardo Silva, Sterling, and all these players, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Silva, Fernandinho. They got options, but they got quality in their options. They got we haven't even got squad depth, let alone quality in squad depth as well. That's why City have won the Premier League, and that's
Yeah,
why you need to win the Premier League.
I think that's the key. The quality in squad depth is it's bad enough we don't have squad depth, but then even when we do, before the injuries, there were some guys who you thought, okay, great,
Yeah.
but not loud on City's level. And you're right. I mean, I get mad when people keep saying, as long as Pep is here, he's going to win the league with City every year. And honestly, if other teams, if Liverpool don't strengthen and seriously strengthen, then they might be right. He might be winning every single league. So he's allegedly said he's not going to spend as much as he did this last season. I don't know if there's any truth with that, but I know he's gonna be getting somebody, and so is Man United, somebody. So is Chelsea and Spurs. So obviously we need to strengthen, and I think Dembele definitely could be an important player to the team. Of course, people will say things like, "Where is he going to start? Is he going to start over Mane? Does that mean Mane has to leave?"
Yeah,
and I try to tell people
you can play a 4-4-2. Dembele
exactly.
right, Mane left, Salah, Firmino. I mean, why do people always say where is he going to play? Where is he going to play?
I know.
Why? I don't know what this is. What is this? Where is he going to play? There's so many games in the season. I mean, there's over 60 games or whatever in the season. There's so many games in the season. Injuries, fitness. You're gonna have to rotate players. Players who listen. Mane wasn't on form in January or the December time, February time. If he's not on form, you can take him out and put Dembele in. You know what I mean? So this is nonsense. That's why teams win the Premier League, because they have quality and squad depth, like City and like Chelsea had last season with Willian, Pedro, Costa, and all these players they had around him as well. Hazard. That's why they won the league.
Yeah, it's definitely a bizarre way of thinking. It always boggled my mind because before, during, after every transfer window, you see loads of people saying, I mean, even when Genie came in, I mean, we know what Genie is, but even when he came in, people would think, where is he going to play? He played a certain place in Newcastle. Is he going to come in for somebody? No, it's not about coming in for someone else. It's about, like you said, the squad depth. So moving on, it is slightly early before the game. A lot of people are curious about the Man United-Chelsea game. I don't care too much about it, so as long as you're cool with not talking about it, then we can move on.
No, I don't care. This is going to be
great, wonderful.
I'm just going to watch that, and I'm not bothered about that. It's going to be such a boring game.
All right, let's go on then. Okay, so
the Chelsea.
Me either. Real Madrid. Let's get into that.
Yeah, let's get into that.
We obviously know what Real Madrid is. We always know who they are. They haven't had a great season. but they are one of those teams who are built for this competition, which I think you can say Liverpool is as well. And judging by the two teams that are in the final, I think that's pretty obvious to say about both teams. Um, what I will say is I think it's a game that we need to be doing our best to jump out on them early and winning it in the 90 minutes because of the squad depth or lack thereof. They have, on the other hand, a very, very deep squad. So we don't want to get into a situation where it's extra time and people are getting leggy, people are getting tired, you're risking
Mm.
more injury. So for me, it's about getting on them really, really early, much like City in that first leg at Anfield. And then obviously remaining in the game mentally, remaining in the game, not letting things slip. We have a few players, I don't need to, mention their names, that are good for a mistake here and there. We need to be doing our best collectively, for the players to be helping each other out, whether that's Karius, the fullbacks, Van Dijk, Henderson being a captain, Milner, whoever, and keeping things together. What are some ways you think we can attack City? They do have fullbacks that like to
Madrid.
be aggressive. What I say?
You said C.
Oh, sorry. What are some ways that you think we can attack Madrid? I think they
Yeah.
have a fullback, especially with Marcelo, who likes to attack and leave that side open. And to me, doesn't really
Mm.
defend that great. But what are some of the ways you think we can attack them, and or the best way we can attack them?
Width. I think width. I think with our fullbacks, Robertson, Alexander-Arnold. I know we like to play a narrow game, and I think. Listen, we've said Madrid and they look poor against Bayern Munich or they look poor against PSG. Whatever, they turn up for this game. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they did in the last game. They will turn up for this game, and that's why if we're 99% on this game, we're not 100%. I don't think we'll win because we have to be at the top of our game. We can't be 99% and that 1% will be a mistake. You can't do that against Madrid because these top teams will punish you. You can't make mistakes. I think with Salah, Firmino, Mane, the fullbacks of Trent and Robertson need to overlap as well. I think we need to play a very narrow game. Salah and Mane tucking in as well. I think the key play in this game, Salah, Firmino, but I think Sadio Mane is the key in this game. He's going to be the creator in this game, trying to make something happen. Because obviously since Coutinho left, he's come into that role of creating, and I think he's going to be key for this match. I've seen when we didn't play without Mane against, I think it was Stoke. You could see that Salah, Firmino, they're obviously fantastic players, but they can't play without Sadio Mane because he's the creator. He's the one that's since Coutinho's left, come into that role, more deeper role, not on that left hand side, coming into that kind of left attacking midfield side of role with Robertson overlapping, and he's the one that's playing those balls right. He's setting up Salah, Firmino, and I think for Madrid, I mean that's the key for me is width, and I think the battle, like I've always said for all the Champions League games, is who comes out on top in the midfield. If Henderson, Gini, and Milner come out on top, which I have full faith they will, over Modric and Kroos and Casemiro, whoever's playing that match, because I know people said, Gini, Ox, or Hendo can't do against De Bruyne, Silva, and Fernandinho. But look, before that game, everyone was worried. I mean, I was a bit worried as well. But after what I saw against those three midfielders and quality midfielders, one of the best trios in the world in midfield, what I saw against those, how those three Liverpool midfielders handled them, I have full faith in them to kind of, to stop Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. I mean, not so much Casemiro, but Modric and Kroos are the real controllers of the game, like De Bruyne, Silva. Gini and Milner need to press high on them, not allow them time on the ball to pick out a pass, because they can with Ronaldo on the other side, or Bale, whoever's playing. They have quality players and they can punish us, so we need to be on our game. And I just have that trust that we will. We always turn up for these big occasions. We always turn up. In the Champions League, we've turned up for every single game. In the big games, not so much away from home in the Premier League this year, but at home or in the Champions League, we've turned up for every single game, and I have full faith that they will for this game. And I've just got a feeling that we're going to win it. I mean, since when we beat Spartak Moscow 7-0, I thought, what, last 16, and when we beat Porto, then I started believing that we could actually get to the final, because in a cup competition, you never know. It's not like a Premier League. It's a competition that you can go, far. You can never know what can happen. So I just think that midfield is a key area for me, and if attack's on form, I think get the first goal for us. If we can get the first goal, how we score in bursts. We score we scored 3 goals in 20 minutes against City, again 3 goals in 10 minutes against City in the Premier League. Roma, I think it was 5 goals in 30 minutes. So we score in bursts. So if we can get the first goal, I think we will get to Madrid's head, and I think we will beat them in the final. I'm very, very confident.
Yeah, me too. I love everything you said, and again, I've said it before. Unless I'm mistaken, there's no team that Real Madrid will face that are going to press them the way we do.
Yep.
Um, Liverpool has played against teams like Real Madrid. All due respect to Real Madrid, but I mean they're an attacking side. We played against attacking sides, and obviously that falls right into our hands. So I agree, man. I'm not. I mean, there's natural, I think, nervousness before any game, so you have that. But I'm very confident in this team, and they've proven to me this season that when odds are against them, so to speak, they usually stick together and come out and do really well. This is a question that we've seen a lot, whether it's social media or just in conversation with your friends. And I want to ask you, I'm not sure if I've ever asked you this. So if Can is fit, do we start him?
No, we don't start Emre Can if he's fit. I mean, if he had a run of games, if he had played from the Watford game, if he didn't have that injury all the way to the final, and he played every single game, he would start 110%. I mean, he's Klopp's go-to man in the midfield. I think we've seen it this season. I mean, I just heard, I think the Juventus chief executive, I think he just literally announced before we went live that he's confident that Chan's going to be signing straight after the Champions League final. And whatever, he can go. I'm not bothered at all. We're going to rebuild again. And no, I don't know if he's going to be fit for the game. I know he's in Marbella with the camp, but if he's on the bench and we get 30 minutes out of him, or if the game goes to extra time, his fresh legs, his energy, his pace, his power driving through the middle, that could be key for us. So very good option for us to have on the bench, Emre Can. But no, he doesn't start for me. But
Okay.
I think the big blow is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's going to be out until November.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big blow with the energy, the pace, driving through. And we had maybe Gini on the bench or Emery on the bench. I mean, that is a massive, massive blow. So I'm very, very disappointed with that, because I would have liked to see him have another preseason on the Klopp. Another preseason on him. His tactics and all that stuff. He would have got a much better player. But out until November, and you know how players are. The recovery it'll probably be December, where you can actually play a full 90 minutes. So it's a big blow. I'm very, very disappointed. And hopefully, because he's a great guy, and I hope he has a speedy recovery.
Yeah, somebody said our energy after the rest in Marbella,
Marbella, yeah,
Marbella,
in Spain.
will be through the roof. They would not be able to handle the intense press, which will be full of energy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the hope is. And it's funny because when you were talking about the midfield of Real Madrid, which honestly doesn't really bother me too much. I mean, Modric is a good player.
There's not a lot of energy in that. There's not. You say that for
Yeah.
you say that for Henderson. People say that for Henderson, Milner, whatever, but they've got intensity. They can press for the whole 90 minutes as well. They've shown that for the
And Milner's
games
almost
with the
like
high yeah.
Yeah, he's almost like a reborn player. It's amazing what he's doing. I mean, who would have thought that? So I'm not worried about their midfield. I'm really not.
No, I'm not as well.
But I did think about Ox when you said that. And I was thinking, man, you know what? If there was any worry, or not even that, if we needed a guy who just could break the line from the center field, from the midfield, it's him. And so obviously it's devastating. Football's unfair.
But Gini stepped up in his big games, or Gini has stepped up.
He did.
So I've got full faith in his squad. Whoever comes in now, I've got full faith in his squad.
Let me ask you this. I think I know your answer, but I just want to, I guess, hear you speak on it. This rhetoric of if Salah has a bad game, then Liverpool lose. Do you think there's any truth to that? Do you believe that? Or do you think that we have enough guys that can step up if Salah doesn't have a good game? Like if Salah doesn't score in the game on the 26th, do you think we have a chance of winning?
Of course we do. Of course we do. We got so many players that can step up. Sadio Mane, 19 goals. Roberto Firmino is at 27 goals in all competitions. If Salah doesn't score, he'll probably end up assisting. We got Gini Wijnaldum. I mean, with Gini Wijnaldum, I think he's a player that can, in that game, will be key. I want him to get in the box. I don't want him in the midfield, passing sideways, all that stuff. I want him to get in the box, make those runs in the box, because that's what he's best at. James Milner as well. We've got players that can step up. We're not a one-man team. We've shown that we are not a one-man team.
Mm-hmm.
If Salah wasn't, the whole team have got, the whole team have got this final. Salah's not the only player that took us to this final.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
So
I think you can easily say, not to cut you off, is if it wasn't Salah, then maybe it'd be Mane back in his usual position or favorite position, and
yeah,
he'd be ripping it up and it'd be, So, I mean, I definitely get what people are saying, what they're saying, why they
yeah,
would say it,
of course,
but
of course.
no, I agree with you. I agree with you. If it wasn't Salah, I honestly think it'd be somebody else. And I think that's kind of what I loved about Mane. He's sacrificed a little bit. He's had a little rough patch here and there, but overall, I think obviously he's improved on his first season with us, and I don't think he's had a bad season. And I do think there are times where he might think a bit too much in games, um, as far as maybe not making the right pass, and then the next time he has a chance, he makes the pass when he shouldn't make the pass. So he's in his head a lot sometimes, but I think he's going to be really, really essential in this game against Real Madrid. He'll be one of those players who I think after the game, people will think, okay, well, he stepped up, and it's not just a Salah show, if you will.
Of course, yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, just some comments just coming in about the game. Our midfield, how the modest 2-week rest is the best gift we could get. I agree. It came at the right time. I'm glad that we were able to end the Premier League season the way we did. It was a little frustrating that it came to that, but we did it as we did last season, and that's back-to-back Champions Leagues under FSG. What other manager did that?
Um,
No, I
it
don't
was
think
like
there was
it
one.
wasn't under FSG. The last manager that did it was Rafa Benitez. But no, it wasn't under. It was under Hicks and Gillette.
No. What I'm saying is, Klopp is the only manager under FSG to get
Oh
back-to-back.
yeah, no, yeah. He's the only under. Yeah, exactly. The last manager that was that made Champions League qualification back to back was Rafa Benitez, and that wasn't under FSG. That was under Hicks and Gillette. So, I mean, FSG have proved that they are willing to back Klopp. They have proved that they're willing to back Klopp. I mean, I've seen so many people FSG out, FSG out, FSG out. I don't understand it. I mean, we've spent 75 million on Virgil van Dijk. We spent 52 million on Naby Keita. We spent near 40 million on Chamberlain, near 40 million on Salah. If Philippe Coutinho wants to leave, that's not FSG's fault at all. Why is that their fault? It's not their fault. It's not their fault at all. If he wants to leave, he wants to leave. You can't stop him. It's not because they're not showing that ambition. They are. We've got the most expensive defender at our football club. £75 million.
Who's this Emery? Who are we talking about here? Who's Emery?
I'm just talking about Coutinho and how.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm talking about Coutinho and how it's not FSG's fault if he wants to leave.
Oh, of course not. No. That's one of those things where I just don't even want to get into that because people are going to think what they want about FSG.
We've got the most expensive defender at our football club.
Yeah, and
it's world, so
not. It's twofold. It's also Klopp has proven to FSG that look, you see what I'm doing with these players. You know what I mean? Firmino has never had a season like this. Salah has never had a season like this. Mane in their careers have never had seasons like this. So he's proven, not just them, other players, of course, have done well under Klopp, but he's proven that he knows what he's doing. The recruitment team know what they're doing. And together with Michael Edwards, they're making some really, really good decisions. And so I can't really see that stopping. So I think when a club can see that a coach is doing that,
I mean, everything Klopp touches gold. He turns into gold. Every single player he gets. Every single player he gets, he turns them into gold.
Yeah, it's just really, really amazing to see. I'm gonna finish it off with a couple of things. One is, how big of an issue do you think not having a Buvac is in the long run? Do you think that's something that's just kind of hyped by the media and giving people things to talk about? And if you think it's a big deal that we don't have Buvac, do you think it's a good idea to bring back Pep, who I think just either left or was sacked from the Dutch team?
He got sacked because he didn't get the team promotion.
Okay, yeah. So just give me some of your thoughts on that roundabout.
I was shocked when Buvac left because it was right before Champions League semi-final. We were 90 minutes away from the final, so I was shocked when he left. And I thought it must have been something big. It must have been. I'm not sure if he will return. I don't know what the reason is. Not sure at all. The club said that he will return. But I don't know. I don't know at all. I don't know what I mean, he's described as a brain, I think, by Klopp himself. So obviously, I think that will be a miss. But I think we have the manager, the recruitment staff, and the backroom staff, and Klopp will get someone in if it's not Buvac. If Buvac does not return, I think we should be fine. But hopefully he does return, and hopefully it's nothing to do with him and Klopp having a bust up.
Yeah, but that's the only really way I see it, man. I don't see it anything, and we see
Yeah,
how
no,
Klopp is.
exactly. It can't be. It can't be anything else than that. Apparently,
Yeah,
I
because
heard. I heard rumors his dad was ill and all that stuff. But I just
I'm not having that.
because
Not
I
having
can't
that.
because he's 2 weeks. It was 3 days before the Champions League final,
Yeah,
semi final.
yeah, yeah.
That has to be something big.
Your dad doesn't just get sick all of a sudden. Listen, if it is that, then I feel awful for saying that. But to me, it's one of the situations where you can see Klopp is ruthless when it comes to people who he
Yeah.
thinks isn't loyal.
Sacco. We
That,
saw that with Sacco.
yeah, and people are still talking about that situation with Sacco. But listen, I want a manager like that. I do. Klopp
Yeah.
comes off as this goofy clown and post matches for some people, but
That
he's a
sets the
serious dude.
standards. It sets
He's
the
a serious
standards.
dude, man. Yeah. I don't care who it is. This is the one thing. I mean, I was never a big fan of Coutinho anyway. I know that's not a popular opinion, but that was to me what really got me. I mean, I had been on his side, whatever. I believed in Klopp, but that showed me that he was about a team. When he was able to just do that and kind of be like, not that he was happy about it, but to make that decision at that time, not bring anyone in, and still believe in this team and say, look, I know we lost, our good friend, one of our best players, whatever, but this team can still accomplish things. That to me was the last I needed to see from him to believe that, whatever he says he wants to do with this team, I'm not going to question it. So it is big to be able to do that without Coutinho. Um, and you gotta just wonder what Coutinho's feeling right now. You have to, because he left to be in this situation.
I mean,
And
if
to win
Coutinho,
a title too, but I mean, he left because I'm sure he thought Barcelona would be in the conversation right now at the end of May. They're
yeah.
not. So
I mean, if Coutinho left, I mean, listen, Suarez left, right? He made a fuss up once, Suarez, right?
mhm.
And then he played for the whole season after that. He said he wants to go to Arsenal, and he played for the whole season after that, and he basically gave us 100% for the whole season. Never fussed about transfer, and nearly got us to the Premier League title. Coutinho, these last 6 months, well, before he left, the last 6 months, probably his best season or half season in a Liverpool shirt. And he made a fuss up once, and
Mhm.
again he probably told Klopp that he wants to leave. If he had played for the whole season, then I wouldn't have. Then I would have said to him, "Okay, you can go. Thank you for the 5.5 5 years that you've contributed to the club." But now I don't look at him. I don't look at it like that. We were in the last 16 of the Champions League. We were in a fight for the top four, and he just decided to leave. After what we did for him, we developed him. We took the time to develop him, and him just betraying us like that, I just don't accept it at all. And I'm not a fan of him
Yeah,
anymore. Because
yeah,
Suarez, the thing with Suarez, this is why we all love Suarez, because he, I say love, but we don't hate him. You know what I mean? Coutinho, we still call him a snake and all that. When Suarez left, we didn't call him a snake because he gave us that full year again of passion, desire, nearly got us to the Premier League title. Coutinho gave us 6 months and through um, and protesting one day before our start of the Premier League season, handing a transfer request. Again, we were in the Champions League qualification, refused to play. That's why I don't accept that at all.
yeah. No, I agree, and it's good to hear somebody else say that. That's why I get kind of frustrated. And look, I'm a big Emery Chan fan, but I'm putting that to the side. I get frustrated when I hear people saying these things about Emery. They had some pictures surface, and of course, someone put a Juventus logo on a white T-shirt he had. And listen, say what you will about Chan, and I have to be fair because players who I know don't want to play for Liverpool, I'd rather them go. But I think up until this point, Chan has given his all. He may not have had 10 out of 10 games, but he always
Yeah.
gives 100% effort, and I think that's important. So it's a shame that people now are, saying the things they're saying about Emery. I think Emery
No,
situation is
With the Emery situation different. I mean, he wants to leave.
very
He's run out
different.
his
Very different.
contract. He has not refused to play for the club at all.
Right.
He
Right.
said that he's going to give 100% whatever happens, and fair, good luck to him at Juventus. Whatever he's chosen to do, wherever he's chosen to go, good luck to him.
Yeah. No, I agree. You know what? Let's do a score prediction. Why not? Let's have fun with it.
Yeah. Go on. You can go first.
I'm going 4-2. I'm going
4-2.
4-2, and I'm pretty confident in that. It's Real Madrid. Look, if we can get a clean sheet, that would be outstanding, of course. But I think Madrid will probably get
However, we
at
win it,
least.
mate. I don't really
Oh no,
don't
no,
care.
I agree. I agree.
I
I
know,
agree.
I know,
I
I
agree.
know, I know what you're saying, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if it's 10-9 to Liverpool and we come
Oh
back
no, no doubt, bro. I don't give
lose
a damn what it
9-0
is.
and then we come back 10-9 or whatever,
If,
as
if
long
we
as we
got
lift
more
the
points than
trophy,
them, yeah,
if
more
we if
points than
we
them when the final
as
whistle, then
long
I'm
yeah,
happy.
as long as we lift the trophy on that night, as long as Jordan Henderson or Klopp or whoever lifts the trophy that night, then I
Oh,
don't care.
oh, sorry. I'm glad you brought that up. Real quick, not to keep you too long. Speak about Trent real quick. Do you think it's too early for him to be making a trip to the World Cup?
No, I'm happy with him actually. I mean, I don't really like it. Well, I said, when players go to the World Cup, I mean, it's a curse. We always get players injured, don't we? Or if they go on international duty. But I'm happy with Trent actually. I wanted to go get experience again. Let him go play football. It's not really gonna do him any harm, is it? I'm gonna go get that experience on the big stage again, straight after the Champions League, and I'd like to see him do well. I'd like to see England do well, and I hope he does play because I mean Walker's gonna play at that centre back role, right centre back role, and a back three. So it's gonna be him and it's gonna be Trippier and Trent fighting for that right wing back position. So he should get some game time, and I hope he does. And I'm happy for him. I'm very
And,
very happy for him. He deserves it.
and Lallana, even though he's got this injury issue, do you think it's a little strange that he didn't get called up?
I would have thought Gareth would have picked him because I think he likes
Yeah,
Lallana
that's
a
so
lot.
weird, man.
I
Yeah.
think he likes Lallana a lot. And he's picked a few players. I mean, Fabian Delph and all these players instead of him. Bit surprising. But with me and Lallana, I mean, he had a fantastic season the year before. In the 16-17 season, Klopp's first full season. And since then, got the injuries. And he just, he hasn't had the best. He hasn't had the best year, has he? This year he hasn't played at all. And I would, maybe some people would disagree with me, but I would probably look at cashing in on Lallana this summer. I don't know what you think about that, but I think he's getting old now. I'm 30 years old. I think now coming towards his 30s, and I think we can get some money. Let's go get some money while we still can for him, and go maybe get a replacement in.
No, I've been saying it for a while. I'm shocked to hear someone else actually agree with that. Listen, I think Lallana is a good player. He had a really good season last season. I think he can arguably say between him, Coutinho, and Mane for best players last season. But yeah, I think we can get some money for him. I think we need to cash in. And again, he's not a player, although he looks decent coming off the bench against Brighton. Decent. He dwells too much on the ball, too much of the Cruyff for me. And I think
he loves that Cruyff turn.
yeah, and it's cool and cute and everything, but Jesus, I mean, listen, I think he could be effective other places. But again, going back to this squad depth, Lallana's not a player for me that I'm thinking, oh, wow, this is a great guy off the bench, great option. He's really going to push this team forward. That's me. It may seem harsh, but I agree with the Lallana bit. Listen, man, I think we've probably exhausted most of the things we could talk about. I appreciate you making time.
Yeah, don't worry.
And if I don't,
I thought the same score prediction. When the Roma game finished, I said 2-1. I said 2-1 Liverpool, but now I'm thinking 3-1.
Oh, okay. Okay, 3-1. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going 3-1 Liverpool.
I like that. Man, we got 6-5s in the comment section. We got 4-1s. I'll take a 6-5.
No, you know what? 4-1's a good shout. I can see us, if we score first, I can see us score more than that, mate. I can see us.
Man, I don't think it's an if. I think we are going to score really, really early on them. I got a feeling. I think we're going to score really early on them and just keep hitting them.
Our pressure is going to rattle them.
Yeah, because they don't see this. They don't see this kind of pressure. And again, I know it's Real Madrid, but I got a good feeling about this game. But look, man, Saturday it is, or next Saturday, I think. Yeah, next Saturday it is.
So I'm more excited. I'm excited and I'm nervous. I mean, I'll probably be more nervous going on when I wake up that Saturday. I don't know how I'm going to sleep on that Friday night going into that match, but I'm just hoping that we can do it. I'm just hoping that we can win. I mean, the parade, sorry, quick before we go, the parade's on a Sunday. And that's annoying.
I've been reading about that.
That is annoying. That is so annoying because it's a bank holiday Monday. It's a bank holiday Monday. It's a bank holiday Monday, and I was definitely going to go on that Monday, but I'm still going to go on that Sunday. I'm going to straight away, as soon as the final finishes, going to have a sleep, get up, and straight away go to Anfield and be part of the parade, 100%.
Oh, real quick, someone asked this earlier. I think Dominic answered it, but just if anybody's listening, is it true that is it £10 to go to Anfield to see it?
Yeah, it's the £10 the screening. I was gonna go to the live screening, but I thought I'm gonna stay at home and like I've done with most games, I'm gonna watch it with my dad. So
nice.
That's my good luck charm. Me and my dad just watching football together.
Nice.
And that's how I watched it for years.
Stick to that then. Stick to that. That's a good one.
Yeah, I had the offer of going to the screening, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna watch it with him, and that's how I kind of enjoy watching Liverpool.
Oh, real quick. Someone said, did you see their club secretary call us a piece of cake draw? I'm assuming he's talking about Real Madrid.
The Madrid. I think it was one of the a couple of weeks ago. He called us a piece of cake. I mean, yeah. Madrid will be a piece of cake for us after we put 4 past them.
No, may that happen, man. And again, really, really always lovely talking to you, man. I'm glad you made time, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon before the game.
Yeah, after we win our 6th Champions League, mate. Don't worry.
That's great. See you, man.
See you, man.